How's it going? This is Eric with Markland Designs, and I'm going to do a quick little tutorial video on the benefits of your half-inch and quarter-inch router bits in relations to your radiuses. Your radiuses are very important because a lot of those radiuses are going to get wrapped in your vinyls, which, your quarter-inch and your half-inch radiuses play a big part in how easy and how difficult it can be wrapping your panels. So I'm just going to give a quick little overview on the benefits of a quarter-inch bit versus a half-inch bit in relations to using your chamfer bits and ultimately wrapping your panels for a finished look. So here's a little example of some of my radiuses I've had to use. So I'm going to get on the router table and show you guys some of the benefits and cons and pros. All right, so we have our two pieces here. This piece on the right was when we used a quarter-inch spiral in a 90-degree. Quarter-inch spiral left us with a 1/8 radius. And then our EXP bit gave us, which is a half-inch radius, half-inch bit, excuse me, left us with a quarter-inch radius. So if you have a quarter-inch radius and you're using a half-inch bearing, there's no way that bearing can get into this corner of the quarter-inch spiral. So then you're left with this right here, this section where that bit can't go in, and you're always going to have problems. I mean, always going to have problems. Now, some people might fill in some body filler, but in my opinion, it never looks good. And it's an actual pain in the butt to wrap when you get to the vinyl stage. So, situation like this compared to using the EXP, which is a half-inch bearing, it allows you to get into those corners of those 90s with precision, and that bit is able to knock down all the wood in those corners. So I'm not saying don't build with a quarter-inch spiral. Personally, I love quarter-inch spirals. I have about 30 to 45 quarter-inch spirals I keep in rotation. I'm just saying that when you're getting ready to do some things like hard 90s, just be wary of that. I mean, you can add like a, like a radii tool when you're using the quarter-inch spirals to get you the radius that you need. But it's just one of those things that you have to be mindful of when you're getting ready to build it. I try to always build with the mentality of building to wrap. So when I'm building pieces, I'm already thinking about how it's gonna look wrapped. How easy is it gonna be for me to wrap it? So those are just some things that I do personally to help create a shape. Hard 90s with a corner spiral, I mean, it can be wrapped. I'm not saying it's impossible. I know some guys that can wrap it all day. Just me personally, I like the look of that half-inch radius versus a quarter. Just gives it more dimension, especially with a chamfer, and it looks more organic. I'm all about organic. So that's just my take on it. Hope it helps with any of you guys when you get ready to buy your bits. Just know that when you're coming in with something super tight, that your bit has to be able to get all the way in there. And if it can't get in there, you're gonna have pieces that look like this that you're gonna have to sand down and body fill, and you're gonna run into nothing but problems. So just a little heads up. Nothing wrong with 1/4 inch spirals. I love them. Just, you know, you have to think ahead when you're using them, because there's nothing worse than cutting out a full panel and then now you can't properly use your chamfer bits unless you have a chamfer bit that's small enough to get in there. So just wanted to share that. Hope that helped out. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Hope you enjoy.